Suffolk County District Attorney Rachel Rollins is our guest this morning. Let's go on the record. She is Boston's fiery, confident, and at times combative DA. With city leadership in transition, could she be headed toward a new role? The OTR court is in session.
From WCVB Channel 5, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill. Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Welcome to OTR. I'm Ed Harding, along with News Channel 5's political reporter Janet Wu. Great to have you with us this morning. Summer officially arrives a little later today. And here we are back at the round table, as you can see. We're back no longer socially distant, but certainly adhering to protocols. And with us this morning is Suffolk County District Attorney Rachel Rollins. She's a Democrat, first elected to office in 2019. Born in Boston, graduate of UMass Amherst, graduate degrees from Northeastern and Georgetown. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for being here this morning.
You bet.
Thanks for launching our summer OTR.
Happy to.
Let's get right down to it. President Biden may be against the death penalty, but his Justice Department is asking the Supreme Court to reinstate it, as Joe Hardzanayev. Is the president doing the right thing?
Well, it shows to me the importance of the autonomy of the Department of Justice. And so, remember, our Attorney General Merrick Garland is somebody who has tried cases, terrorism cases, prior to becoming Attorney General. And, you know, it is one of the most horrific, violent attacks we've had on our nation's soil. So although the president might not agree with the death penalty, I'm happy that he's allowing his attorney general to have autonomy and make those decisions. It deeply impacts us here in Boston, and we know the Martin Richards family is not interested in moving forward with that, but other survivors or people that were harmed and victims are. So I think the president is actually doing the right thing by allowing his attorney general to make that decision.
Are you personally against the death penalty?
I am personally against the death penalty, but I have said out loud, and I know it's controversial, if you aren't going to ask for the death penalty in the marathon bombing, what are you going to ask for it for, right? You think about Oklahoma City, which, of course, Attorney General Merrick Garland tried that case. We have other massive terrorism attacks, domestic terrorism attacks. But, you know, my personal belief with respect to the death penalty would be irrelevant in any role that I was sitting in. I would report up appropriately or make a decision after speaking with victims, and then that lies on you.
You told the state legislature this week that because the lack of accessible, transparent data from law enforcement agencies, that can make your job and reforming the justice system near impossible. Is that fair to say? So I want to focus on why. Are these agencies and the Baker administration trying to make it difficult?
No, I want to, and thank you for that question. EOPS has an incredibly hard job, the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security. The S's might be swapped, but you get it. But we have archaic data systems, right? So our data system is called Damien. That's the real name of it, and it is devilish, right? But the information we are putting into it, it's old. Our systems don't speak to each other. So Secretary Turco has a really hard job at trying to get all of the partners in law enforcement to try to start communicating with each other. I'm just urgent, right? I think we urgently need to make these changes because the crime bill passed in 2018 and we're now in 2021. Mm-hmm. So we are willing to work, but I don't have the statewide reach that an Executive Office of Public Safety does. So as just the DA of Suffolk County, I'm only Boston, Chelsea, Winthrop, and Revere. But no, this is not intentional bad behavior by state agencies. It is just a really tough problem, and we need more funding, and we need the legislature to get involved in it.
And let me ask about breathalyzers, because there are a lot of saying, well, you know, they're unreliable and prosecutors aren't going to use them. And is that part of the antiquated, my word, system you were talking about?
Yeah, we have one breathalyzer test that has been found to be faulty, and what I'm proud of is all of the DAs, many of them have said, we aren't going to use evidence from that breathalyzer moving forward. We're going to use the things, and Ed, I know you've never had a field sobriety test. We'll see. But anyways, no, I'm joking. But you know, we're going to do physical tests for people when you get pulled over and you see all the video of people walking. Can you touch your nose? We do it that way. But we are meeting with criminal defense attorneys and the criminal defense bar to make sure people know the evidence we're going to use against them and the evidence that we aren't. But many of them have said this breathalyzer test we aren't going to use.
I want to ask you a question that something does affect you as DA. Marty Walsh named Dennis White as police commissioner in his final days as mayor. Do you accept his explanation, Marty Walsh's, that he knew nothing about past allegations of domestic violence at that time when he hired him, or do you believe Willie Gross?
So here's the answer to that question. One of those men filed an affidavit that was signed under the pains and penalties of perjury, and one of those men said it didn't happen.
And that's Marty Walsh.
Well, you know who these men are. I'm saying one signed an affidavit and one said it didn't happen. I don't care who you like or who you dislike. You don't even have to be a lawyer to understand this, right? Signed pains and penalties of perjury and just me saying didn't happen, this one trumps that one. And all I'm saying is this is a bad situation overall because either he knew about it and he's lying or he didn't know about it and you're a terrible manager, right? So arguably, what is the, aside from mayor, is there anything bigger than the commissioner of the Boston Police Department? And there was no vetting process in this. It's just, it's sad because I will tell you, and I work with them every day, 95+% of these men and women are exceptional and do a great job. They protect us. They run to harm when we are sprinting away. And this is a distraction right now.
You bring up the thing about vetting. Do you think that's going to change? Because, I mean, this is long-standing, decades and decades.
We've already seen it with Mayor Janey has determined that she's going to have a national search. I believe she recently said she's not going to appoint somebody until after the election. There has to be a process. And I also think she did the right thing of allowing Superintendent Greg Long to stay as the acting commissioner. He has been doing tremendous work keeping this enormous department. There's 2,100 people in the Boston Police Department, and Greg Long is doing an incredibly difficult job very, very well every day.
Okay, so we're changing gears dramatically here because we want to turn from a serious conversation to the pop quiz. Now, so here's the thing. This is the first one we have done since COVID. And you were 4 for 4 the last time you did it.
That's right. Can you repeat that, please?
You were 4 for 4 the last time you did it.
So it's only appropriate that you relaunch the pop quiz
we couldn't think
post-pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
We could not think of a better way to restart it because we are putting Tom Brady right in the game immediately.
Right. Let's do this.
All right, so here we go. Not only are we back at the round table, but the quiz is back. So let's go. Actor Clarence Williams III passed away earlier this month. He played Link on the television crime series The Mod Squad. Of course, you'll never forget his person, his character, and the way he did it. He also played Dad in one of these 3 films co-starring pop culture icons. So which one was it? Was it Ray? Was it Get On Up? Or was it Purple Rain?
Come on. Purple Rain.
Okay, you're 5 for 5 now.
Too easy for
Link,
this woman.
By the way, if you're curious, Link, you know this. Link was short for Lincoln. So
Yeah,
Okay, Boston is often the setting for crime novels.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine why, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, one of these 3 bestsellers is set in the hub. One of them. A is for Alibi. B, Devil in a Blue Dress. C, Shutter Island.
So, you know what? I know Shutter Island was I thought it was Massachusetts, but it could be Devil in a Blue Dress. I don't know if I know this. I'll go with Shutter Island.
You are 6 for 6 now.
What?
Dennis Lehane.
In your face. All right, go ahead.